Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Punter Mitch Wishnowski ready to do the honors. And away we go at the link. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Johnson. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Josh Sweat making the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. On the ground again with Johnson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. This is Johnson heading right. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
It's Johnson on 2nd down. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Arnold Ebiketie makes it there for the stop. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
3rd and just 2 to go. Here's Johnson again. Flies past the 1st, inside the 30. And they'll finally bring him down at the 22. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Now an inside give to Johnson. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum. Offense up to the line fast. 2nd and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Hey, 73.
Now Hurts on 3rd and long. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down. Out comes the field goal unit. The Eagles trying for 3. This a 54-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Hand off to the back. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Brought down by Jalen Carter. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Another carry for him. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Offense in the hurry up here. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Man in motion out of the slot. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. He's trying to lay it in deep along the right sideline. First time this game they've looked to him. And now it's 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
McCarthy trying again on 2nd down. Throwing deep for the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Well, that was all about the eyes. You've got to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender and make sure you know where that throw is going. And when it does, you got to react and knock it away. That is well done.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. Taken in by Smith. Gets it to the 15. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings pull ahead 6-3 in the first. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
No time, set.
Johnson up the middle. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
From the gun, Johnson. And he's tackled for a short gain. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. No return on that punt, and it's going to be Vikings football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. He lets one fly deep downfield toward Jefferson, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quinion Mitchell. And the Eagles will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Putting a receiver in motion. From the pistol, Hurts. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's caught for the 1st. And he's able to get this down to the 13. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things. Separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
It'll be a quality gain on the run, and that also brings us to the end of this quarter. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back and excited to start the 2nd. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. Now a carry by Johnson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Great, set.
Johnson will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Hey, 73.
Here's Hurts. Has it in close. And he's going to be touchdown. Brock looks to be a couple yards shy of that marker.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
They'll run with Johnson. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. He even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Quick throw right side. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. Lining up now to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles push their lead to 3. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. On play action now, McCarthy. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be second down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Such a terrific job by the receiver. You can't give that route away. You got to run a curl. And the best curl and go, hook and go, out and up guys, Kate, they run that initial route full speed. He did. Got the defense to bite, and the play went right over his head.
Here's McCarthy, first and 10. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Trying to find Justin Jefferson. And that'll bring up second down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Throwing on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12. At the Eagles' 38-yard line.
They send a man in motion. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. And it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
And the Birds bring out the nickel look. 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, McCarthy finds him over the middle. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Vikings with the football. Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Cut near the goal line. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings take a 4-point lead. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Great, set.
A give left side to Johnson. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Philadelphia first down. They're set up at the 35 now. A play fake now hurts to throw. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So that brings up second down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. He's looking deep once again. That's grabbed inside the 30. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles get some late points and the lead. Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles push their lead to 3. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
18 left. Let's go now. Go.
Now McCarthy. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. This is brought in at the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
It began at the 30 and has now jumped to 1st and 10 all the way down inside the red zone. Working inside the red zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone.
Touchdown, Minnesota! A second touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. From his own end zone, here we go. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
73. Great, set. Delta.
Hurts now from the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. Only 1 play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Finds a seam down the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. A big play. 23 yards to move those chains.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Cut near the goal line. And he nearly broke it for 6. He steps in at the 3-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Touchdown, Philadelphia. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Throwing it just before halftime. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
McCarthy to throw it. That one's complete over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 48. Fits it through the middle. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
On first down, they'll run. He cuts it back right. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings take the lead right away in half number 2. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Drive starts out with a first and 10.
63, 60. Great, set.
Takes the handoff, now to throw. He's going to push one deep down the right. No luck finding his receiver that time. So second down coming up.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Great.
The give to Johnson on the option. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Willie Gay there on the tackle. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on third down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
On third down, it's Hurts. He fires one deep down the middle. He's got it deep downfield. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles grab the lead on their first series of the half. They'll try this extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles push their lead to 3. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Looking slant route, complete. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Emmanuel Forbes in on the tackle. 2nd and 4. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Wow, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock. To have somebody in position for a pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted again. That is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying again after the pick, McCarthy. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. And the Eagles get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, he's had the kind of scoring day you love. Him 3 touchdowns in the book so far, but now 3 interceptions thrown as well. Gotta do without those.
Yeah, you do. The aggressiveness has helped him find the end zone several times, but it's also led him to find defenders several times as well. You got to figure this out. It's a quarterback teeter-totter. How to dial the mistakes back while keeping that aggressive mindset as well.
He put everything he had. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Byron Murphy picks it. And the Vikings get it back after a marvelous defensive effort. Oh, my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball, because these secondaries are locked in.
There's a give up the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Working quickly here. On play action now, McCarthy. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
And they pick him off again. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now. Go.
Here's the handoff. Broke through the tackle. He will not go down. It's a 21-yard gain. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
He puts him. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. This one is up and good. And the Vikings cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. They stop him right as he gets up past the 15. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Hey. No touch.
They've got a man in motion.
No touch.
On 1st down, Hurts. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
He's trying another one. Big gain downfield. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. That goes for 36 yards. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
No touch. No touch.
Shovel pass complete. And they get this down to the 28. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
No touch. No touch.
Shotgun handoff to Johnson. Has some space inside the 15. And he is all the way ahead to the 13-yard line. Offense set for a 1st and 10.
No touch. No touch.
On the ground again with Johnson. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Good. Set. No touch.
Now the give to Johnson. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Third down, 1 yard to go.
Great. Set.
Now a give to Johnson, coming right. And he runs it across, touchdown! The Eagles can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles take a 3-possession lead. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you're on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Finds him over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First and 10, here's McCarthy. He's trying to push the field. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it'll be second down.
You know, that type of play is so doggone impressive, not just because it saves a touchdown. He had timed that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or letting him establish possession for the score.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Running back sent in motion. McCarthy throwing on third down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So that brings up fourth and long. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. First and 10.
Great.
Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. That's completed right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10.
Ready, set. Delta.
Hurts now from the gun. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock, he sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity, certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30.
Okay, ready.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. McCarthy operating from the pistol. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now McCarthy. Locates Jefferson along the sideline. Complete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Now, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3 and out.
Desperation time here on 4th. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
73. Delta, set. Delta.
A play fake now. Hurts to throw. Has it at the 7. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Go.
Here's McCarthy to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. And not a great choice on first down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so second down coming up.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
McCarthy trying again on second down. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Throw on third down. This is reeled in by Jackson. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. McCarthy throwing on fourth down. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
He beams one deep right side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Finds him on the crossing route. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Now Hurts on 3rd and long. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Oh, he lost it on the hit! And they steal it back on the return. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. And following that return, we've got an injured player down there. He'll receive some assistance as we step aside.
No touch. Carlos Vianney. 63. No touch.
Hurts setting up to throw. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. They're out to try and tack on the extra point. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
After 60, after 60.
McCarthy to throw it. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. You needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Here we go. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. He's going deep this time. Brought in inside the 20. And this is all for cosmetics as he's in for the late touchdown. The Vikings putting up points in a game decided. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings take 7 points off the deficit.
Vikings 42. Mitch Wishnowsky set the kickoff.
Here's Wishnowsky now to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a first and 10.
Don't touch that. Don't touch it.
Drive begins with a run by Johnson. Give him around 6. That's going to make it second and 4.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a groove, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles nearing their first win of the season. After a good pickup, they've got second and 4.
Field team. Great. Set.
Here's Johnson again. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. So that penalty declines. They're happy enough stuffing that last play at the line for no gain. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Lining up to take a knee on second down.
Go.
They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So beneath the chorus of Fly, Eagles Fly, it's a win for the Eagles. And they weren't afraid to keep running up that score to the point that records came and went on the way to victory. Their point total, Brock, actually eclipsed the old record of 72 points in a game, which was held by Washington since 1966. Now a new record stands, one of the great